Howdy everyone, how's it going? Uh, Today is August 5th, the whatever Wednesday of the year. I stopped doing that after I took a couple weeks off. This is, goodness, I've been doing this a lot lately. I don't remember what day of, not what day, I don't remember which Manic Monday it is. It is episode 24. Okay, that's what I thought, but I had to make sure. Yeah. Got home from work early today, or at least earlier than normal. Seems like I kind of underestimated at what point I would start being scheduled morning shifts more often than evening shifts, but my manager is currently figuring a lot of stuff out because availability from her current employees was a little bit different than she was expecting. So yeah. Anyway, I got home and procrastinated actually getting started for a hot second. I don't think that I actually started streaming until 6, even though I got home at like 4:30. And initially I was hoping to like jump into it pretty quickly so I could get quite a bit done. But I don't know, I got home and I was tired, which makes sense after a 7.5 hour shift. 7 if you include the fact that I had a 30-minute lunch. And even though today is my Monday and I should be well rested because the last 2 days were my weekend, I actually kind of was a little busy this weekend. Not with any like personal plans or anything, but like I did a lot of cleaning. Like I finally like opened up my bullet journal and was like, all right, let's actually figure some stuff out. I think Monday I actually didn't really do all that much either, so I don't know. I've been really bad about getting Manic Monday uploaded. I need to start doing that earlier in the day on Mondays. Hopefully this is being put out at a decent time. But yeah, the stream was good. Azoth joined me a little bit into it. We listened to some video game music this week. I got that figured out. Or at least something that works as far as figuring that out. It was a good time. I look forward to listening to some more video game music. I'm not itching to go back to wavy music just yet. Would like to go back to wavy music at some point, but like we've listened to wavy music for 2/3 of the year now, so I think maybe the next couple of Wednesdays will be video game music, just to kind of like break that up. But yeah, first half, or the first Pomo, the first 25 minutes was spent cleaning up the area, and then reaching out to Scope Creep, telling them, hey, just a reminder, we have an all-team meeting next week. And then I went ahead and pulled a 50-minute Pomo, and spent kind of an abnormal amount of time preparing the notes. I wouldn't say abnormal. I spent about an hour really kind of like looking through the notes. Granted, a part of that was me getting a little distracted, just a wee bit, but not terribly much. Hi, Mayhem. I am recording right now. I know that you're like antsy because I haven't fed you yet, but I haven't finished taking my medication yet, so you can either hop up here or you can fuck off. You can also hop up here. Okay. I don't know what she wants from me. Anyway, God, where was I? Finished making the notes, found some food-shaped objects. Really wasn't enough, so I do need to make some more food-shaped objects. Okay, you want to hop up on the desk? That's okay. So long as you're not putting your claws in my side, I can work with that. Good golly, what was I talking about? You're such a distraction, you know that? So after that, I think I had about 6 minutes left in the Pomo when I switched over to looking into filing an LLC, and then the last 25 minutes was devoted to that. It should be a very short process, from what I can tell. Most of the reading that I've done has been a lot of fluff. I really just need to apply for an LLC, I think. There also might be, I've heard that there's some paperwork that I and the rest of the group need to fill out. So realistically, if between now and the Wednesday that we have an all-team meeting, which is a week from today, I can figure out what that looks like, we would all be in a better spot. I also, within the next month, need to come up with a pitch deck for video ideas because we are going to try to get Scope Creep Media up and rolling, and that's ideal as far as chasing the dopamine is concerned. We've talked about building a video game on the side of Tried It, but the problem is that making a video game still consumes the code space, if that makes sense. And if I'm going to spend time programming, I'd rather get caught up with the shit that I need to do for Scope Creep. I haven't done any work on Databricks in a couple of weeks because I've been a bit more focused on work and then also getting the LLC figured out. So hopefully that will be done and out of the way soon, and then I can actually start working on getting Databricks integrated. My full stacks have kind of just been sitting on their thumbs waiting on me, which, like, I can't blame them. Even last month when we had our all-team meeting, I was like, well, we're all a little worried about putting our name down on any sort of payment, so we'll just set up a business card. And before we want to set up a business card, by business card I mean a business, like, expense card, not like a business card as in you hand out to people. But by next week we should have an LLC, and an LLC will enable us to set up a business account and put money in that, and then that'll be the end of that. So we're looking at a situation where, like, what we have set up either shouldn't cost us anything or cost us a minimal amount until we get traded off the ground, but it's still something that we're gonna have to, like, work on. It's just kind of an unfortunate thing. Like, eventually down the line, it is going to cost some money, especially, like, in that startup phase. So, I need to look into builders and backers again. Fuck, dude. Ugh. While in school, during capstone, there was kind of the idea that the project manager didn't actually do any programming and, like, didn't do necessarily all that much work. And while I don't feel like I did quite as much programming, admin work does take quite a bit of time. Like, I think admin work is severely undervalued in a workplace. I don't think Scope Creep is undervaluing me. I think I'm undervaluing me. I'm looking at the stuff that I'm doing and I'm like, is this really that important though? And then I think about what a meeting would look like if I didn't have any notes prepared, and, like, I remind myself that the reason why we are succeeding in other places, in areas where other groups aren't, is because we have someone doing that admin work, keeping up with people, hey, business meeting this upcoming month, etc. Anyway, moving forward from that, my treat store is a little buried between my lotion, the duct tape that I didn't have a better place for, and my bracelets, which got wet, and I didn't want to get the wetness on my journal. We have 6 pieces left in the candy jar. So if all I managed to do before Scope Creep all-team meeting is an hour-long Pomo, that does mean that the week after, we are refilling this baby. And I'm not gonna lie, that is what drove me to that final 25-minute Pomo today. And I do think that final 25-minute Pomo did at least make a difference in actually getting an LLC filed by the end of next week. By the end of next week? By the all-team meeting next week. So, let's set this up proper. I still haven't made any shorts. That'll be something that I do batch. I even, like, mentioned in my little journal this week that any goals that I have for YouTube other than streaming and Manic Monday on the chopping block, like, they are going to be the first thing to go. And even though they have been, I felt vaguely guilty about it. Now I'm like, I'm just cutting dead weight. Editing an unboxing video isn't something that I can really indulge with at this time. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. My words aren't coming out super clear. Anyway, 4 pomos means 4 treats. What are we doing? we are going to save one of the Haichu for next week, I think. So it's a toss-up between Blue Hawaiian and Rainbow Sherbet. I think we're going Rainbow Sherbet, baby. Actually, no. We'll save that for the very end. We'll save that to be like a big reward. So we're going to go Blue Hawaiian. And then we'll pick the last 3 at random. We got 1 Boba Candy, 2 Boba Candies, and then the last one will be a Kopiko, which means next week I'm going to do a 1-hour stream. It's going to be 2 Pommos, and I'm going to be pulling the coveted Rainbow Sherbet Haichu and Kopiko. And then from there, I don't know what we're going to do. At one point, when I did the Celebrate With Me stream, I had gotten a couple of jars. And the goal was to do, like, larger jars up here that I pull from to do a more randomized mix here. I'm gonna toss the peelies that I got, because at this point, I didn't like them in the first place. The stickiness of them was not ideal, and the gimmick of being able to peel the candy, yeah. So I'm gonna toss those and wash that jar. We've got one for Kopiko, and we've got one for the Boba Candies. I might try to look into seeing if I can fit another jar up there. I don't know. Space is a wee bit tight up there, if you can't tell. So we'll see. I do have the gift box that my older brother gave me, and that has beads. It looks really nice. Like, it's a really nice design. It's got, like, a fake marble kind of thing going on it. But it might be better served somewhere else just as a container that has beads in it. And instead, a jar go on there for candy. I don't know. Anyway, plan for next week. It's gonna be a 1-hour stream. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hopefully, ideally, I have the LLC formed before Wednesday. That would be quite nice. Being able to, like, walk into the meeting and say, hey, I got this done. We are good to go. Like, let's start rolling with it. Who else is ready? Because I know that we've all been sitting here kind of lethargic for the entire time, and I've just not had the ability, or rather, there's been this, like, mental roadblock in the way of actually getting that sorted out. Either that or budget. Having the $100 at any random point to be able to file for the LLC is definitely a roadblock. And a $100 one-time purchase isn't that much, but where has the 100 been able to come from, you know? And yes, I've still been buying my sticker subscription. I consider that a purchase for my health, because 1, it is helping me with productivity, and 2, it is my reward for not having nicotine. And I'm not gonna lie, when I thought that I might not actually get the stickers for August, I was craving nicotine bad. It was rough. I didn't quite nearly break, but I definitely was like, why did I even quit? Which, like, it's not just the stickers, it's the fact that my ear still hurts, only right now it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know if I'm starting to feel better. I started the antibiotics last night. I finally managed to get my hands on the antibiotics, and I have got the ear drops on hand. I still need to do that. I still need to do the nasal flush, but I took the antibiotics earlier. We'll see how things go. I really hope that this week is the end of what has been a multiple month-long journey that did kind of in some way cost me an entire, like, job, and cost me part of my savings to have to deal with. And, like, that sucks. That's not great. I do not enjoy that. But what can you do? The world is burning around us. All we can do is what we can with what we've got, and I've got the ability to choose to stream, and I've got an incredible team behind me, and I'm gonna stop filming before I start crying, because I am lucky, and I shouldn't take that for granted. There's There's reason to be depressed with how the world is going, but there's also reason to be inspired by the smaller things, by the bigger things too, by people being kind to you and having the people around you that care about you, but also having ambition and a desire to see the world become a better place and the belief that it could be a better place because you believe that you could be a part in it. I just remember before being sedated, before the manic episode 4.5 years ago, I got tired of being depressed. I got tired of being in a group with everyone who was depressed. I got tired of it. I got sick of it. I got sick of feeling like my autonomy was taken. I got sick of giving into this mental spiral of people around me telling me that it's okay to be depressed. And like, yeah, sure, it's okay to be depressed. Destigmatize mental health and all that 100%. But I don't think that we should be okay with not thriving. I don't think that we should settle for survival. And it pisses me off that I ever let myself do so. Anyway, no, I should have cut the recording like 3 minutes ago. Anyway, you guys have a good night. I'll see you on Wednesday for another Wavy Wednesday, which isn't really wavy all that much anymore, or next week for another Manic Monday. If you're tuning in from the future, hi. Hopefully I've made the world a better place by this point. Peace.